Hey everyone, welcome back to another portfolio update video where the portfolio is currently sitting at $202,625.87 on a total all-time gain of $72,127.09 or 55.31%. This week I made a few different changes within my TFSA, including selling some stocks and purchasing more AMD shares, so stick around for that and I'll get into my reasoning behind it. But I mean, just look at this. AMD is pretty much at a 52-week low, and they do have earnings in the next couple weeks, and I'm expecting them to blow expectations out of the water personally. But I think AMD is a massive buying opportunity right now, near $100 USD. I did end up taking profit a little while back. I guess it was March. I ended up selling like almost the exact top at $209 a share. I think if I scroll down here, we can see that sell. Yes, right here. March 4th, I sold 5 of my AMD shares at $209, and then on January 25th, early on in 2024, I sold 3 shares out of my RRSP at $184. So I'm basically just buying back not Nvidia, I'm buying back AMD at a much lower cost basis, and I think the upside's even further than when it hit $200 in early last spring. We're just 16 subscribers off of hitting 3,000, so if you haven't already, firstly, smash the like button below to help me keep making these videos, and secondly, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon as I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. It would be super cool to just see 3,000 by the time my next video comes out though, so let's aim for 3,000 first. I've also officially been monetized for about 3 weeks now at this point. My first day I was monetized was Saturday, January 4th. And as we can see here, some of my best days have been almost a $10 day on January 19th, at a $6.48 day on January 12th, $9.51 day on January 5th, but as you can see, $67.86 in my first 3 weeks of being monetized. I mean, it's not bad. It's just still really crazy to me that I'm earning a little bit of income off of these videos. So yeah, I hope I can keep growing this number. And as always, I will keep you all posted periodically when this number grows. So the TFSA this week is at $64,881.30. And on the week, it was down about $250 or negative 0.38%. However, all time, the account is still up $17,157.87 or almost 36%. Now let's talk about the transactions in the TFSA this week, because there was quite a few other than the recurring buys. So obviously, the recurring $75 buy this week of VFE, the $25 recurring buy of QQC, and a $50 recurring buy of FBTC. But as you can see, I also have some sells. I finally sold my ARK shares, my ARK-K, ARK-F, ARK-G, my Unity shares, and my NEO shares. All of these shares were underwater. These have been really underperforming since I bought them, basically. And these were positions I started very, very early on in my investing career. This was like pretty much almost 5 years ago I bought a majority of these, maybe about 4 years. Some of them may have been in 2021, but you get the point. I made a mistake buying these. I mean, they were losers, and you know, I'm seeing a great opportunity with AMD, and I'm betting that I can take the money from selling these positions, ARK-K, ARK-F, ARK-G, Unity, and NEO. I can take the proceedings from that and put it into AMD, and I think I've got a way better chance at doubling, maybe even tripling my money in an AMD than holding these other 5 positions that I sold and hoping that they go back up to the point at which I bought them, because like I did say, I was down. But anyways, the amount that I did sell all these shares for, those are in US dollars, and the AMD purchase is also in US dollars. So I purchased 15 shares of AMD, so it came out to like $1,830 USD, and I did reactivate my USD accounts on Wealthsimple. I have it complimentary since I have over $100,000 with them. And the reason I reactivated it is because all the positions that I did sell, the ARK-K, ARK-F, ARK-G, Unity, and NEO, were all in US dollars. So I wanted to keep the funds in US dollars since I wanted to reallocate it into AMD, which is in US dollars. So I didn't want to like have to pay the conversion fee to bring it back to Canadian dollars and then pay the conversion fee to bring it back to US dollars. Hopefully that all makes sense. And I do still have some of the funds still available from the sells. I have about 1,480 US dollars yet to deploy somewhere. I'm unsure if I'm going to put some more into AMD. I do have 20 shares of AMD in my TFSA, and I think maybe 4 shares in my RRSP. So I'm kind of on the fence of buying more AMD. It depends. If it goes down to like under $100, I mean, that's a no-brainer for me to buy more AMD. But we'll see. For now, I might end up just putting it into BoO since it's already in US dollars, so I'll keep it in a USD stock. Next up, my RRSP, it's at $57,224.31. This account was down $200.30 on the week, or negative 0.35%. All time, the RRSP is still looking very nice, up $22,481.77, or 64.71%. My non-registered account is at $20,271.26. This account was actually positive on the week, which I'm kind of surprised with. But anyways, this account was up $177.04, or 0.88%. All time, still looking very good, up $7,249.23, or 55.67%. So cryptocurrency this week was kind of chomping around. I believe there were a lot of rumors and a lot of noise circulating that Donald Trump was going to announce some sort of Bitcoin or crypto-related policies, potentially the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, I think. So really, crypto was just chopping around. I do believe Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of 109.5k USD. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like I said, it was just chopping around. It was very emotional this week. It was very volatile. And I think as soon as, well, if Donald Trump announces any sort of crypto-related news or the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, I think Bitcoin and crypto is going to absolutely take off in the relatively short term. And I think if it's radio silence from him on anything crypto-related, I think we could see a bit of a pullback, but who knows. And I actually did a little bit of moving money around here in the crypto account. I do have a bit of a crypto balance on another platform, which I do like shorter term trades and meme coins and stuff. It's kind of just money that I'm like, all right, this is just play money. And I know that, it might make me some money. I might lose it all. I don't really care. But anyways, in that account, I do have a little bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum in there, and I wanted to deposit some into Wealthsimple to replenish my cash balance. I will show you later on the next account is my cash account. But I did take $3,500 out of the cash account this week to make a big purchase. So I wanted to get a little bit of money back. So I deposited $2,200 worth of Bitcoin and about $1,300 worth of Ethereum. And then I sold off $1,500 worth of Bitcoin and $1,000 worth of Ethereum, and then sent that $2,500 cash over to my cash account. And now over in my cash account, I'm currently sitting at $16,598.01. And if we take a look at the transactions here, as you can see, I had a $3,500 withdrawal into my checking account, and then the 2 transfers from Bitcoin and Ethereum sales, $1,500 and $1,000 hit this account. And then lastly, I just had a very small deposit of $100. So I got the chart for AMD pulled up right now, and as you can see, like AMD has just been beaten down since about 228 US dollars, all the way down to 115-ish, 114. We could argue that AMD is forming some sort of local bottom here, and earnings is just around the corner. February 4th, earnings come out for AMD. So AMD could make a pretty crazy move if everything comes out higher than expected. But I don't know, we'll see. Personally, I think we are forming a bit of a bullish flag here on AMD. And, I'm not 100% convinced on technical analysis. I've been learning. I'm not an expert by all means, but if we break through this downward line here, I think I think AMD could reclaim up past like 150, 180, all the way up to like 300. Obviously, I can't give you a time frame, but AMD to me is extremely undervalued, and I think it has a lot of room to grow to compete with Nvidia. Just a reminder to all my Canadian viewers, there is a Bank of Canada meeting regarding interest rates on the 29th of January coming up this week, and the probability of interest rates dropping to 3% stands at about 64%. And the chances that the interest rates stay the exact same is at 36%. I'm thinking that we're probably going to get a 25 BPS drop to 3% this week, so just something to keep an eye out for. All right, so we're over here on my portfolio tracking spreadsheet. Not much to cover over here on the dashboard, but if you want to just check out the charts, feel free. But I am going to talk about a few things in my holdings here. As I mentioned, I did sell off about 5 total positions out of my TFSA, so things are looking a bit slimmer over here on the stock holdings tab. And I do want to mention that I did also add a cash USD column or row over here on both my RRSP and TFSA because, as I mentioned, I reopened my Wealthsimple USD accounts. Obviously, I don't have to pay since I have over $100,000 with them. So I reopened it, so I now have an ongoing USD cash balance and a ongoing USD cash balance, of course, in my RRSP. And I don't buy any USD stocks in my non-registered account, so I didn't add that over here. If you do want to pause and check out any of my individual holdings, now would be the time to do so, as I'm scrolling down right now, and I will jump over to the crypto tab as well, so you can see all my positions here. And that does remind me, while I'm here on the crypto tab, last week I believe my total return on Bitcoin was like well over 200%, and my total return on Ethereum was like close to 100%. But for some reason, when I deposited some crypto from an external wallet over to Wealthsimple, it fully increased my average cost basis on my Bitcoin and Ethereum at the current price that Bitcoin was at when it deposited. So my average cost basis on about I had pretty much 0.1 Bitcoin in the account before I deposited. My average cost basis was like $45,000 Canadian. But when I deposited I think it was like $2,000 worth of Bitcoin, it took that as like a buy and added the cost of like $155,000 at $2,000. So it increased my average cost basis by like $10,000 just putting that in, and obviously took my all-time return way down with it. And the same story with my Ethereum. But if you didn't know, in 2024 I took out like maybe a total of, I'd say, $9,000 worth of Bitcoin. So I did take pretty much all my profits out on Bitcoin plus some. So the $6,000 of like initial value in Bitcoin now, and being up $10,000 at a total value of 16.5K. This is all entirely house money for me at this point. So it doesn't really bother me that much. But if anyone had a keen eye and saw that my return on my Bitcoin and Ethereum dropped pretty drastically over a week, that would explain that. Anyways, everyone, that's going to do it for this portfolio update video. I hope you've all enjoyed. If you have made it this far, be sure to drop a like down below. Let's aim for 100. And let's get 3,000 subscribers this week. How about it? Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon. And other than that, thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.